Hey fans,
What's going on, guys?
welcome to another episode of J&J Sports Talk Podcast. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Can't complain too much. Can't complain.
Hanging in like a hair on a biscuit.
Yeah, pretty much. So today let's talk. Let's start off with some F1.
F1. We're going to start with F1.
Yeah,
okay.
let's start with F1.
Let's do it.
Because it was the most historic Grand Prix in all of F1 history. It was the Monaco Grand Prix last week.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody. That's like the Super Bowl for F1, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, that is the one race that every driver wants to win.
Is that the one that's like the 3-day race or whatever? It's a multiple day, pretty much 24 hours. You got.
No. You're talking about the 24-hour Le Mans.
Oh, the Le Mans. Okay.
Yeah. It's a different Grand Prix.
Okay.
That's Gran Turismo.
See what I know?
But Monaco, I tell you what, this track is the king of the tracks, of all the tracks.
Okay.
Senna, my favorite, my new favorite driver, and we'll talk more on Senna. I know it's not a GOAT podcast, but we're gonna talk a little bit on Senna. But he won Monaco 4 times in a row. That's the most anybody has ever won in Monaco. I mean, monster. And Lando Norris finally won at Monaco. So he was the one that won Monaco. So McLaren. It's just that track is so, and even playing the Formula One video game, it's a hard track to race on. It is a hard track because it's so narrow, and there's a lot of sharp curves. I mean, you're basically traveling through the city of Monaco. It's downtown. That's where the track is.
Right.
And you go up on it's cool because you go up underneath the bridge, and underneath the bridge there's a bunch of like Formula One graffiti, and it's all like King Monaco this, and all the racers that signed their names on the bridge. Everyone who's ever raced in Monaco. It's really cool. I'd like to go visit, but yeah, and also Lando Norris had the fastest lap time in all of Monaco history.
Wow. See, that's saying something right there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's he beat even Senna's best lap time. Lando Norris's lap time was 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Wow, for that track, that's pretty awesome.
For that track,
that's moving.
Yeah. And Senna's best lap time was 1 minute and 23 seconds. So he beat him by a good amount. Yeah, a good amount.
It wasn't just a straight by type thing.
Yeah. It was I tell you what. Formula One is probably my favorite sport ever.
That's good. I've tried to get into it a little bit. I'm starting to recognize some of the names.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna sit here and watch a 3-hour race, but I'll watch the end of it.
Yeah, it's like, so probably it's like 75 laps.
So this Cena guy that you're talking about, I've heard you talk about him throughout the week. You just watched a series on him.
Oh yeah, it's a limited time series on Netflix, and I tell you what, he was a Christian man.
Right on.
He was. He came from. It's a really good show. For the ones who haven't seen it, check it out. It's a great story. He had a really good life. Like his mom and dad. His dad built him his first go-kart. And then he went to his first race. And then he became really good friends with the guy that owned the track, because he was good. He won. He kept winning, and he told when he got into Formula Ford, they don't have Formula Ford now. That's old news. But when he got into Formula Ford, he kept winning. And he beat the 2-time champion in Formula Ford. And he's like, he told the team boss, he's like, you know what? I wasn't bred to come in third. I wasn't bred to come in second. I was bred to win. And that was his mentality all through Formula One. And once he finally got to Formula One, he first raced for Renault, which is Lotus.
Right.
And his biggest rival was Alan Prost. Alan Prost was a 2-time world champion, fast guy. He was cocky as all get out. And then Cena looked at him and goes, you know what? I'm going to shut you up. And Prost was like, yeah, you can try to shut me up. Ha ha ha. And Cena was like, I'm not laughing. And sure enough, Cena shut him up because he took his champion from him. And then he went to the same team as Prost, so that now they were teammates, but they were still rivals. So there was a big fight that broke out.
That never works out.
Yeah, well. It was crazy, and he started doing great with McLaren. He was on McLaren for a long time, and then Alan Prost retired, and Prost and Senna became really good friends, and Senna went to Williams, and 1990.
Don't give the whole movie away now.
Yeah, well, 1994. Only the 4th race of the season, Cena crashed and died.
Well, we just saw that the Spanish Grand Prix is doing their practice right now as we speak.
Yep.
This is Friday.
Barcelona.
And so we're a couple days behind, but they're doing their practice right now. So
yep,
we'll probably be watching it here in just a few minutes, but yeah, right now I've kind of got it on ESPN, check some scores, just because I haven't watched a whole lot this week. But
I haven't really watched a whole lot of MLB.
I know there's a F1 movie coming out. I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see that too. Bad. Audrey and I think we're going to go see it when it comes out.
So, NBA, I saw that the Knicks beat the Pacers. They're up 3-2.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
So, you said it. You said the Knicks were going to take it, and I really thought the Pacers would do better than they are, but they're not. So, yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that guy's name with the cornrows.
For
the Knicks, that really good guy.
Brunson.
Yeah.
The Brunson burger.
Yeah,
is what they call him. The last 5 minutes of a game, you can bet he's going to have the ball.
Yeah.
He's just that guy. He is the clutch guy.
Oh yeah, you got to have a clutch guy.
And so, WNBA, I did see that Caitlin Clark has a lawsuit out now.
Oh really?
Because she's being bullied so much. She's tired of it. She's tired of getting bullied, tired of getting beat up every time she turns around. So she has a lawsuit out. I don't know if it's against a specific team or if it's against a player or if it's against the WNBA. But I know that she does have a lawsuit out. And I just saw that Golden State, WNBA, I'm talking WNBA, Golden State and someone, the Liberty, were playing. And I think Liberty took it, but that's about all the NBA stuff I've got this week. Kind kind of been busy in the office and just chilling, really, not really doing much of anything this week.
Well, Oklahoma just...
There's your boy Brunson right there.
Yeah. Oklahoma just beat Tennessee in softball.
Yeah, I saw that. Beat them 4-3.
Yeah.
A 3-run homer at the end. Man. But I think Tennessee's still in it. I don't think it was a single elimination. But I don't know. That's a hard one to swallow. As a SEC player, it's hard to lose to Texas or Oklahoma because they're the new kids on the block.
They're the new kids, yeah. Well, y'all got Miami of Ohio coming up. Actually, I think today.
Yeah,
in baseball.
In baseball, yeah, in the World Series.
Yeah.
College World Series playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a game, I think. And in the women's, Texas beat Florida 6-3. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. 3-0.
Oh wow.
UCLA beat Oregon, kind of out of our wheelhouse, but
yeah,
they did play. They did. It was apparently a walk-off 2-run homer. So.
Oh wow, jeez. Yeah. Well, we'll get back into baseball. SEC champions, Vandy boys. Let's go.
Yeah, they
Anchor down. Let's go.
They beat Tennessee, and then they beat Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Yeah, we beat Oklahoma. We beat Tennessee, and then we beat Ole Miss. We beat them 4-3. And that's it. That game was scary.
Well, y'all there at the end, y'all came on strong. We started out strong, started the year good, but we ended up junky, and y'all did just the opposite. Started off kind of junky, but you ended up strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
We've definitely
but out. I think Texas was still considered the SEC champs, even though Vanderbilt won the SEC tournament. I think Vandy was the SEC tournament winner, but Texas was the overall SEC winner because they were ranked higher. They had a better record. They had, they just, all in all, I think after it all came out, Texas was the SEC champs. But Vanderbilt was the SEC tournament winner. Sort of like they did in football. Was it last year or year before? I don't know. Someone won the SEC, but someone else won the SEC championship. I think it was Alabama won the SEC, but Georgia beat Alabama or something. I don't know. It was something like that.
See, look, it's about like a Tennessee fan to take the championship away from Vanderbilt. That's you orange people, I'll tell you.
That's right. Hey, I'm not discounting. Y'all beat us well. y'all handled us well.
A big whopping 10-0.
Shut up. Just leave me alone. So, what do you think about? Have you seen any of the scores in hockey?
So, I haven't seen any of the scores in hockey.
Well, the Oilers beat the Stars.
The Oilers beat the Stars.
Yeah.
Wow.
They beat them 6-3. Florida's still in it.
I knew the Panthers. Yeah, they're defending Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, I don't know what Florida's got in ice, but we're there.
I tell you what, that one snow we had was
there
done.
We are.
It was done.
We don't often say snow in Florida, but when we do, it has hockey in it.
We got one snow in Florida. Let's create a hockey team.
Right. And so it's going to be interesting how that plays out. See if Florida can do it again. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's gonna be it's kind of a short one today, but
I'm sitting here looking at scores as we're talking, and as it scrolls across, your Braves didn't do too good.
yeah,
Phillies beat the Braves.
Dodgers aren't looking good either.
I'll tell you what, I told you at the beginning who I thought it was going to be the sleeper. The Padres are still getting it done.
Padres are still getting it done. Yeah.
Cincinnati looking like junk.
Always.
But, yeah, being a Cincinnati fan is sort of like being a Tennessee fan. You just, every now and then you hope for a good year.
Yeah, there's always next year.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so
it's the same way with being a Cubs fan.
So let's talk a little Tennessee and Vanderbilt football here. I saw a thing the other night on Plavia, how he was overlooked by someone. They picked someone else over Plavia, and I forgot who it was, but they're regretting that decision right now. And that's what it was I saw the anonymous coaches comments where if you haven't seen that, check that out, because it's really cool. It's where coaches can be completely honest about each other and about other teams without it being held against them, because it's done anonymously.
Right.
They said, Tennessee, this is going to be a rebuilding year for us. They're not really looking for us to go better than 8-4. Which, hey, that's a plus to me, man. With what's going on with Nico and Joey, you know, our wide receiver room's still looking pretty decent. Our running back room's looking pretty thin. But so if we went 8-4, man, that's a win for us this year. But they said, that Joey should fit in this system of Heupel. So they don't really know what to expect, because they don't know how Joey's going to react. Aguilar, that is. I'm talking about Joey Aguilar. But they said that he should be a good fit for the system, just because any quarterback is going to be a fit for Heupel's system.
Yeah.
And they said Vanderbilt they're going to be that team that no one's going to overlook them this year.
Oh, yeah, no, because we still have everybody coming back.
Actually, Tennessee, they said Tennessee's going to be the team everyone overlooks. We're going to be the ones that, yeah, you go ahead and overlook us, guys. Go ahead. Be looking for next week.
Yeah.
We want you to.
Well, Vanderbilt could honestly very well go 8-3 this year.
Well, to be honest with you, I see Vanderbilt.
Well,
actually
8-4. 8-4.
If y'all get your receiving room together and maybe get some of your defense straightened out, I could see you all making a playoff.
Well, the new coach, he's kind of like Kirby Smart in a way, with that very defensive mindset.
Right.
And I think, honestly, that's what a lot of the coaches are going to now, is
a lot of them,
defensive mindset.
Unless your last name's Heupel.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I'm watching this kind of closely, actually. So Oklahoma's got a new coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he went 8-3 last year, or something like that. It was a decent year, but it wasn't a phenomenal year. But they fired the coach that went 8-3 consistently.
Mm.
So here's the thing. Oklahoma has ties with Tennessee because of Josh. Where Josh win the national championship.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
I watched an Oklahoma and Oklahoma fans say that in Oklahoma, Josh is a god. You know, so with that all being said, this coach goes 8-3 this year. They fire the head coach. Whose door do you think they're going to be knocking on?
Josh Heupel's. Yeah.
So, you know, that's Tennessee's worst nightmare right there.
I tell you what,
we're hoping Oklahoma does good this year.
Yeah.
Go Oklahoma, go Sooners.
I mean, Tennessee is notorious for having coaches leave them and going somewhere else.
Well, of recent.
Yeah.
In the past, you know, we had Philip Fulmer, we had Johnny Majors. Those guys didn't leave.
Right.
In fact, we probably pushed Fulmer out a little prematurely, even though almost all Tennessee fans were calling for his head.
Yeah.
But, you know, Fulmer's still in with Tennessee, still doing things in the back offices and stuff like that. So he's still there. And Danny White, I tell you what, that man, well, first of all, he's an NFL legend with Dallas and all them. But he's our athletic director, and he ain't taking no crap from the NCAA. He's just not doing it. He said no. And this new contract thing that they're all wanting everybody to sign and do all that mess, he ain't having it. He ain't having it. And it's a female that's over. Anyway, one of the big backroom office type people at Tennessee. She's backing Danny 100%. She's with him. She said, "I'm in. We're gonna fight this. We're gonna do this." So it's going to be interesting how all this plays out. Other teams are experiencing the same stuff, but Danny, keep fighting. Keep fighting, Danny. Josh, do your thing with Joey. Make these teams think about us a little bit.
Yeah.
But Flavia, I don't know, man. I just don't know what to think. He's that guy that could have amazing implications in any game. If he's on, there's no stopping you all.
He's a threat.
There's not y'all are the Alabama state champs. Vanderbilt is the Alabama state champs. You beat Alabama, you beat Auburn, you beat, if Plavia's on, y'all are unbeatable.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, he's not that consistent.
So I saw an interview with him, was it like 4 days ago? And he said he's been working a lot harder than he did last year.
People are gunning for him this year. He's not the no-name kid on the block anymore.
Right, and he said when we get to Alabama, we'll be ready again.
Well,
and I'm like any team that beats Alabama is a good team in my book. No tide.
Low tide. But okay.
We probably won't make the playoffs this year.
I don't know, man.
But
it all depends on people look over you again. Because Vanderbilt's been the low man on the totem pole for so many years.
Yeah,
it's really hard. And this is coming from a Tennessee fan that has been bit too many times by Vanderbilt. It's really hard to look at Vanderbilt as a serious threat. And when you don't look at Vanderbilt, especially right now, if you don't look at Vanderbilt as a serious threat, you have issues.
Yeah, well, we just picked up a recruit, somebody that's just as good, if not better than Pavia, coming in behind Pavia.
Well, they just put out, I just read it a couple days ago, that they're expecting a couple of losses from Georgia this year. One of which may be Tennessee because we play them in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's got a question mark at quarterback.
Yeah.
Their receiving room isn't as good as it has been in the past. Now, they do have a defense. Georgia is a defensive team. We know that. Everybody knows that, and I hope that everybody prepares
for that.
But
a lot of the star Georgia players went in the transfer portal.
Right. And so they don't
have
and they're looking at Vanderbilt may beat Georgia this year. I think they play them, but they said they're expecting Georgia to have a couple losses, and Alabama's going to probably have at least one or two just because they're not where they were a few years ago.
Alabama's got more than one or two.
I don't know.
Alabama's going to have.
They're going to be.
I got Alabama.
Stout. They're going to be stout.
Well, I got Alabama having 4.
Wow.
Having 4 losses.
Going 8-4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
one of the losses being to Vanderbilt.
Okay. I don't know.
Just because Pavia.
Where do we play them at this year? I think we play them in Tuscaloosa this year. So that's going to be tough. Team to watch. And I hate to say it. I'm going to just throw it out there and probably go rinse my mouth out afterwards. The Gators are going to have a team.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be
the Gators are going to have a team.
Yeah.
And I need to go wash my mouth out because I just am not a chomp fan.
Florida has gotten in some insane recruits.
They have.
Insane
now Alabama's
recruits.
gotten in. Alabama's going to be stacked with 5 stars and 4 stars, and whereas Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt's going to get those 3 stars.
Going to get those. I mean,
Tennessee's going to get 3 and 4 stars.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have 4 stars every now and again, but like it's
a team.
It's the players.
It's how they come together, guys.
Right. And not only that, it's the players. When someone says, "Oh man, you're only a 3-star," I'm like, the players are like, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm a 5-star.
Well, here,
and
we'll look at basketball for an example. Probably and again, I'm going to have to wash my mouth. Gosh, I'm going to have a mouthful of soap tonight. But probably one of the best players playing basketball in the NBA right now is LeBron.
Oh, God.
Well, that even got a comment from the peanut gallery over there. But so he's probably one of the best players.
Yeah, but he's
one of them.
fart.
Lakers aren't in the playoffs. Lakers aren't even anywhere close. They got it put out quick.
Yeah, Lakers got put out like
one player cannot do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here watching Brunson, but one player cannot do it. You've got to have that cohesion. You got to have people willing to sacrifice their highlight reel for the team.
Right. You have to get rid of your pride.
Yep.
For the sake of the team.
And that's the one thing that I say that when I say Vanderbilt has a chance at a playoff this year, that's why. Because y'all do get 3 stars and occasionally a 4-star.
Right.
But you all always come together as a team. There's always that cohesion. And for the most part,
Pavia's a 4-star.
For the most part, it's anchored down and it's loyal.
Yeah.
They're to the bone. They're anchored down to the bone.
The people the players or the athletes who play for Vanderbilt is committed to Vanderbilt.
Right. They're not necessarily there to go to the next level.
Right.
I mean, let's be completely honest. If you play for Vanderbilt, slim chances get even slimmer going to the next level.
Right.
Because you just don't have the elite players. I'm not saying you don't have a good team, you don't have an elite team or a great team, but you don't have the elite players.
No, it's the best.
Now, Alabama could go 7-5, and they're going to have 5 players go to the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Just because. Kentucky's going to, they're another one just like Vanderbilt. They're always really tight, and they come together and they play ball.
Yeah.
But unless you're at Kentucky for basketball, you're not going pro. Chances are.
Right.
I mean, there's a few that do.
It's the same way with Vanderbilt in baseball. I mean,
well, now you can't say that because the SEC is going to have a ton this year.
Yeah.
A ton.
Yeah.
They are just, man, they're knocking people out. And I'm not saying they're winning 4-3, 5-4, 7-3. We're talking they're stopping games in the 7th inning. They done ruled them.
Well. So speaking of teams that's gonna scare people, I know as a Tennessee fan you cannot like Lane Kiffin.
Cannot.
You
Won't
cannot.
do it. Will not do it.
Look what he has done to Ole Miss.
Nope.
Like Ole Miss.
Nope.
Ole Miss
I
is
just
gonna.
saw a thing in that anonymous coaches poll. I'm telling you guys, go out and check this out. Check it out. Check out what these coaches are saying, because Ole Miss isn't going to have a team this year. Is what they're saying.
Oh, really?
Not going to be a threat because of Lane. But Lane is waiting for somebody. Who's it in? What team is it? What team did they say? They're waiting for one of the coaches to get on the hot seat. And Lane's already eyeballing the position.
Oh, wow.
So Lane is the NIL for the coaches. He's just looking for that next best thing.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're absolutely right. As a Tennessee fan, I cannot like that man. Last time he came to Tennessee, they threw golf balls at him. And I'm not condoning that. But I would have probably been the one throwing the golf ball.
But he has gotten Ole Miss.
He's brought them back
to a talking point.
Yeah, he's brought them back to at least a mention.
A mention, yeah.
But and Ole Miss is good. I'm not discounting that at all. They've had a couple of phenomenal seasons. But
I remember they were called the Land Shark for a long time.
excuse me. But yeah, he's already eyeballing it. I mean, he's exactly what I thought Coach Prime was going to be.
Oh yeah.
You know, I really thought once Shadir got out of college, Prime would be looking for FSU, his alma mater. But he has stated, now Kiffin did this too, so I can't really put a whole lot of weight in it, and every coach that's left a team has done it. He has said that he's happy in Colorado, that he's not leaving. Now, if FSU came calling, who knows?
Prime may come crawling.
That's right. Yeah, they come a calling. He may come a crawling.
Well, I tell you what. I think it would be very beneficial to FSU to have Coach Prime.
If he came to FSU, there'd be major implications.
Yeah,
we would be talking FSU a lot
because
Cynthia, that's a call out for you.
yeah, for sure. Because I mean, Florida, the state of Florida has really good athletes.
Well, because we can play year round,
right?
in any sport other than hockey.
We're doing. I mean, I guess we're doing good in hockey too.
Hey, you know what?
But it's saying Oilers and Panthers for the second straight season.
Yeah, I know it.
But But I don't
shout
know.
out to ESPN because we have it on right now. We're kind of double checking scores. Oh, here's that Tennessee game.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, we're just kind of checking scores, kind of giving us some talking points, guys. Because you all aren't commenting on anything, so you know,
Yeah.
talk to us. Give us something to talk about. Y'all want me to start talking right like this right here? I'll start doing it. You know, just because it's just what I can do.
But yeah,
We just want to have some fun. On here, guys.
definitely shout out to ESPN and Sports Center and all of the
Yeah, it keeps us in gives all of us bloggers something to talk about
yeah.
because they're on it, man. I mean, they're just
I mean, all of the sports channels, Fox Sports, you know.
well, and I watch
CBS Sports.
I watch a lot of YouTube commentators and stuff like that. That anonymous coaches poll that I've been talking about, you know, that was on YouTube, man. It was kind of it was an interesting watch, man. Just because it's anonymous coaches, they got no threat. Speaking of Lane Kiffin, no threat of being someone saying, "Well, you said this about them." Lane Kiffin was known for that for a while. He said some things about, I want to say it was Auburn, and they knew who said it. This way, no one knows who said what.
But
And they're just,
there's no retaliation.
right, they can be themselves and be honest.
Right.
And it talks about in that a lot of the different, you know, quarterback rooms, a lot of the different running back rooms, the receiver rooms, the O-line, having to protect, you know, so it was,
I tell
you
you
need
what,
to check that out, man. You need to check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I tell you what, if a team can get a stout offensive line
To protect a quarterback.
to protect a quarter and a running back,
Well, now,
I mean,
okay, so last year, Plavia had that line that protected him a little bit.
yeah,
He's not a mobile quarterback as such. Now, he can move and he can scramble a little bit, and that's great. But if you give a quarterback a little bit of time in a pocket, he's going to pick you apart.
right.
He's going to find that open guy. If
Right.
you give him a little bit of time.
Because if a quarterback has to run, it's going to tire him out quickly.
Well, it's going to tire him out. He's unless he's a dual threat quarterback, he's not going to have his eyes downfield. His accuracy is going to drop. His QB rating is going to drop. You know, you want to talk stats and all that. That's up your alley. His QB rating is going to drop tremendously just because of accuracy.
Right.
It's hard to throw across your body on the run
Right.
and be accurate. There are people that did it. Tennessee happened to have one of those guys a couple of years ago, and
It was T. Martin?
no, it was holy cow! I can't even think of his name. Came from Michigan, and no, came from Virginia.
Milton?
No, Milton was good at that too, but he was a dual threat quarterback. No, it was before Milton, right before Milton, the one before Milton. What's his name? I don't have my. Anyway.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and I know you all do too. I'm having a brain cramp.
Started with a D, right? Dooley?
No,
Hooker.
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker.
The hook.
Yeah.
But okay, so Hooker was one of those guys that he always kept his eyes downfield. Yes, he was moving. Yes, we didn't have an O-line that could protect him worth of crap, but he was always looking downfield.
I'm not going to tell you how I remember that because we're on YouTube. So, but yeah, just Hendon Hooker.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you know, if Plavia gets that line, if they can get that line for Plavia, I think y'all are going to do amazingly well. Tennessee's going to be hurting as far as defense this year. We've got a guy coming back, but
Yeah, y'all lost a lot of people on y'all's defense.
yeah, but we've got a couple coming back that was hurt last year, and they're saying that one of them, one of our linebackers,
Oh.
may not be ready for the first game, but he'll definitely be ready for some of the bigger games. So we're really hoping that he gets healthy. I want you to be healthy first, of course. I don't want you to sacrifice your career for a game. But really, no one on this anonymous coaches poll said anything negative about Tennessee's defense. They were more, Tennessee's anonymous coaches poll was more on Joey, on Aguilar. They're saying we didn't get a good trade, number one, with Nico. I mean, Nico screwed his entire career up by leaving Tennessee.
Yeah.
He was loved in Tennessee. He was the man in Tennessee. Now he's just like
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Man, my brain is just not functioning today. I'm sorry, guys.
Not enough coffee.
That's what it was. That's what it is. But now he's just a Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And God forbid UCLA ever has to play Tennessee. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Oh, and okay, here's a note. Now we've got to kind of talk about this and some sad news. Not necessarily sports, but sports related in a way. Phil Robertson died.
Yep.
The duck call commander died, man. That hit me like a ton of bricks.
He went home.
And the reason I say it's sort of sports related was he beat out Terry Bradshaw in college. Terry said that man was a unbelievable quarterback. Unbelievable. So that's the reason I say it's sort of sports related, but
I saw.
I just hate that. Man, my heart goes out to the Robertsons. I just went to a men's conference. Did you go with me to this one? I don't know if you did or
I
not.
think so.
But one of the duck call commander people.
Yeah, I was
there.
there.
Yeah. And he was talking about Phil and how Phil was Phil. And he was completely happy. And he was completely honest. And so it's only fitting that we bid him adieu and hope that he makes the starting team and on the other side.
Yeah. Audrey and I, we started watching Duck Dynasty again. Just because they're coming out with a new.
Yeah, they are. And I just read a post from the Duck Call Room talking about they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But are you really ever prepared for it? I don't think so.
No. I don't think so.
You know, my heart just goes out to Phil and his family. Duck Commander's not going to be the same.
Yeah. I mean, he was definitely.
Miss Kay, I love you, baby, but I pray that you just keep them boys in line.
Yeah.
You've done an amazing job so far.
Yep.
So, what else you got?
I mean, that's all I got today. We're sitting there right at 45 minutes, so I think that's good for me.
All right.
So,
well, till next week. I'm
week,
Joe.
JR.
All for life, baby.
Vandy life. Anchor down. Y'all be safe.